I am a big fan of inflatable boats, especially those with a rigid bottom. They provide incredible stability, load capacity, and often make the most versatile of tenders. If you're looking for lightweight or extreme durability, you'll want to check out one with a welded aluminum hull. If you also want ride comfort and big water capability, you may want to consider an Ocean Master from Highfield. With huge 19-inch tubes, a 4mm thick aluminum hull, and 20-degree dead rise, this 15-foot-long Ocean Master 460 could forever change your mind as to the capability and ride comfort of a rigid aluminum inflatable. Let's take a closer look at some of the standard features. To start with, all tube seams are cold welded for durability and have flush mount non-return valves. Upgrade to the more UV-resistant Orca Hypalon and you'll get matching synthetic rubber components to help ensure they remain attached. Highfield also uses high-tensile marine-grade aluminum for strength. In an environmentally conscious time, it's interesting to note that aluminum, as opposed to its fiberglass counterpart, is easily recyclable. Plus, they are chromated and then powder-coated for maximum protection against saltwater corrosion. The powder coating method has the added benefit of releasing fewer toxins to the environment compared to traditional painting. The tubes are mounted high on the hull, and when you sit in the bow seat, that gives you a feeling of sitting in the boat as opposed to on top of the boat. So it's a very nice, secure bow seat. Under the bow cushion, we find access to the bow locker. Notice how much space there is? Well, that's because the 40-liter fuel tank is integrated below the deck. You can also see just how clean the welds are on these Highfields. Lifting rings are welded low in the hull to allow for a snug fit on a vertical davit system. Now this 460 is a fairly beamy boat, but check out how much deck space you have when you walk from bow to stern. Typically, oversized tubes tend to cramp the cockpit, but the beam on the 460 is only 1 inch shy of 7 feet. Now that beam gives you great mobility inside the boat. On this Ocean Master, we find Highfield's very own EVA foam covering the entire deck, which is a nice touch. Not only does it provide comfort and traction over the aluminum, but it looks great and never gets really hot in the sun. The console is situated to starboard and has a cushioned seat, which flips forward to access the battery and a decent-sized storage compartment. There is more storage under the helm seat, and Highfield includes a nice 30-liter dry storage bag. The helm is clean, with analog gauges for RPM, trim, and fuel. You could add a speedo, but I find a smartphone app is sufficient for most recreational activities. I often complain about a lack of a spot to put a cell phone securely. But on the Highfields, there is a USB charging port, and that's a really nice thing to see, knowing that we bring our cell phones pretty much everywhere now. And this Ocean Master 460 has monster cockpit drains with little flappers to prevent the water from coming back in. Those kind of 2.5-inch drains will drain this cockpit very quickly. Heading out into Biscayne Bay, the weather was looking a bit sketchy. Not ideal for shooting small boats, but perfect for testing the capability of this Highfield. One of the great things about these Ocean Master hulls is it doesn't matter if it's rough. In fact, it actually gets a bit fun. There is such a big difference between a 15-degree and 20-degree hull when it comes to ride comfort. There's no question I would spend more time exploring with a hull like this. With an underdeck fuel tank, the fuel load's balanced throughout the entire boat. So you get a little bit of bow rise, but not very much. I just love how these boats handle. They're just light, they're flickable, and they're planted. And with the big tubes, you never feel like you're leaning over too far. I just love how quick the boat reacts. If there's one thing that Highfield has nailed, it's the ergonomics. Not only is the seat comfortable to sit in, but the console is at exactly the height for standing. And this console grab bar is perfect when the conditions get rough. And if I was a family with a cruiser doing a fair bit of cruising, I wanted a small tender to get around, to do a little bit of tubing or even wakeboarding, to go explore new places. This is exactly what I get. I know that on a calm day, I can fit 7-8 people in here comfortably. And if the waves pick up, it's not really a big deal. We spent a little time cruising with 4 aboard, and this is where the 460 really shines. Since the hull is so light, adding a few people doesn't have a big impact on performance or handling. Even in these bumpy conditions, everyone remained high and dry. And you can see just how much space there is on board. So if you're looking for a high-performance tender in the 15-foot range, one versatile enough for family water sports, yet capable of carrying over 2,000 pounds, you might want to check out an Ocean Master 460 for yourself.